Guys, guess what? We are back in Japan. Last night we flew from Korea to Japan, and we are coming at you from the island of Kyushu, which we're going to 2 amusement parks on. Originally, the plan today was that we were going to go to a park called Keijima Kogen, which I'm sure a lot of you have not heard of, so stay tuned for that video. But rather, we're actually going to Greenland Park, otherwise known as Mitsui Greenland, because we're trying our best to avoid a typhoon. These are very common in Japan in the summertime, and they're really annoying to plan around. We've gotten very fortunate with weather so far on this trip. We haven't really missed any major rides, and we're not trying to have that start now. And that's where having a flexible itinerary like this can come in handy. The reason I started vlogging here at this train station we're at in Fukuoka, Japan, is because we have quite the adventure to get to these parks. It's actually why Jack and Evan did not want to join us on these. They would have liked to, sure, but considering the amount of money it costs to do these, they were like, it's a little too much effort for little reward. But Josiah, National Coasters, who is with me today, and myself, value the obscure and rare rides a lot. And so to us, it is absolutely worth doing this. So here's the plan then. We have a super long train down here and then a short bus ride. One thing that's nice about being in Japan is that Google Maps works again. That was an oddity about Korea, is you had to download Naver Map and use that. Google Maps really doesn't function properly in that country, so it's a nice change of pace being back here. In addition, we have our vending machines back. We have our 7-Elevens back that have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner in them. Korea, I think I vibe more with their culture, but Japan as a country, I do prefer in my opinion. I just love this place so much. It's so awesome. So we're gonna head to Greenland and we will see you guys there. If you take this same line we did and you weren't sure which stop to get off at, this is literally the end of the line. It terminates here. So we're at Omuda Station now. You got Josiah. He got a nasty drink from 7-Eleven.
It's not great, but
what
I
is
bought
this?
it. So I don't know. It's like it's a sparkling water, but it's fruity muscat. I don't know.
Check out the views though. We gotta wait about 20 minutes for a bus to haul us over to the park. And then from the park, there's one that leaves about every 30 minutes to an hour, I believe. It's really difficult to miss them, but make sure you do take that bus if you're doing this by public transport, because there are no taxis or Ubers in the area at all. On second thought, there was a taxi waiting for us. We couldn't haul any over, but there's one at the station. We just hopped in and he said about $14 US, split that 2-way, easy peasy. Gets us there a lot quicker.
Mostly because like, I think what we're figuring out about Asia, there'll be like a random typhoon and then the whole park will just close. And I don't know if Mark said it in his vlog, but we're kind of like half dodging a typhoon today. It shouldn't cause any problems, but we just prefer to get the rides in earlier just in case.
Basically, we're dodging the typhoon, but there's all these little storms that branch off of that typhoon, and those could cause an issue. We'll see though. I see amusement rides. Pretty neat. The place is huge and colorful, isn't it?
It's very bizarre.
We've made it to Greenland. Not to be confused with Hokkaido Greenland, which we're visiting later on in this trip. This one is more commonly referred to as Mitsui Greenland. Believe it or not, there are 8 roller coasters at this park, which is why it was undeniably a place we had to go to on this trip. It has so many coaster credits. Additionally, one of those is a dueling coaster, so that totals to 9 credits actually. Unfortunately, none of them look particularly good, but some of them are rather interesting. And this would have been a 10 credit stop actually, but they have an ultra twister coaster that's standing but not operating and has just recently closed forever. We'll talk about that as we head over, but there's still lots of other stuff to explore and I'm really looking forward to it. Plus we've done a bunch of other ultra twisters on this trip, so I can't be too upset about it. They are actually replacing that with a new coaster that'll be opening in 2028, so I'll also talk about that once we get inside. Japan and Korea, but especially Japan, I feel like you don't see new roller coasters open too often, so that's a pretty exciting occasion, especially for a park where, from what I've heard, all these attractions are kind of dated. Got our hands on admission and that ride pass, 6,000 yen, about $40 US, which given the variety of attractions here and the fact that nothing at all looks closed, everything's running, I'd say is a pretty fair deal. Upon first impressions, Josiah and I were saying this feels like the most Japanese park we've been to since Nasu Highland up in the north of the country. Randomly, there is a train going through the pathways, which is pretty cool. And look at the skyline, it's amazing. I almost can't believe how enormous this park looks. It never ends. And also, there's actually a loop down over there. That's from a defunct roller coaster called Atomic Loop that opened in 1980 and then closed in 2009. I love that they kept that kind of as a memorial. I believe the ski lift ride takes us all the way to that coaster out there, Gao, which is the one that we're most intrigued by. Opened in 1979 from Meisho. It's a jet coaster. We've done a bunch of those in Japan, basically like a mine train in America. I did not sign up for one of the sketchiest rides I've ever been on. It is a ski lift, but only one person fits on it, and there is no restraint. I'm on this tiny little seat, literally could not be smaller for my fat butt. Now, if we fall, we land on that net, not a big deal, but crazy that they allow that. There's also an enormous Ferris wheel for views too. Might have to check that out later. It looks like one of the biggest ones in Japan so far. And there's a ride that also especially fascinates me. It's a Togo flat ride, a lot like the one we saw at Hamanako Pow Pow, which I unfortunately did not have time to experience. So if I have the time today, I definitely will do that. As we make our way over to that big coaster there called Gao, I want to talk a little bit about it. As you can see, the first thing you'll notice is that that drop is probably a shallower angle than the lift hill. So what in the world is the point of this ride? Originally, Gao had a single vertical loop, so it used to be a lot more intense, but the layout was neutered to be a family coaster. They also, I don't know if you can see, built a dinosaur facade around the track here on this big hill. I can't believe that. That is so weird. Naturally then, Gao is themed to dinosaurs, which Josiah is absolutely obsessed with. He took a dinosaur class once upon a time.
I did. I love dinosaurs. They're great. Fun fact, long necks or sauropods did not have vertical stretching necks like everyone thinks they did. They actually ate the grass.
Do with that information what you will. Josiah just informed me that by duration, this is one of the longest roller coasters we'll have ever experienced. It's 5,400 feet of track, so they're having longer on this trip, but we're not moving through most of this that fast because it's a family coaster. Also, we noticed that on this section, it's a ramp. The track color changes, so we think maybe at one point it was a steeper drop into a loop, but now it's super shallow to make up for that lost track. I'm not exactly sure. Also, one other thing I noticed, you have this really cool front car of a dinosaur. I can grab his tail for you. He takes up a full row of this thing. That's hilarious.
Gao. Call him by his name. It's Gao.
Is that actually Gao?
I'm assuming so. The ride's called Gao. It makes sense if the mascot was Gao.
Oh, we're picking up steam. Here we go. Oh, it's gonna be a janky one. Oh, oh, look at this drop. There is. Oh, oh, oh. What is the track doing? Oh, into the dinosaur. Wow, it does absolutely nothing. What in the world? Whoa. This might be the weirdest coaster in Japan. Whoa! Oh my God! There it is. Oh! What in the world? Oh! 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 Look at Gao go! Oh! What is this? There's some drive tires again. What? What is that sound? Oh! Oh, it's so weird. Ah! Whoa! What is this? What is that? Ah! Oh my God! Are you out of your mind? It's still going. We're going uphill. No way! Drive tires again? Shout out to Big Boom. Whoa! Classic. Wow. That was so bizarre. I'm so grateful to have ridden that.
I'm so confused. What just happened?
Whole lot of nothing in a very long ride. I can't believe what I just rode. Some of the most peculiar transitions I've ever seen. At one point there was like a trick track going downward. It was so weird. Not many like helices. It just twists and turns for so long, like elongated moments. And the drive tires to slow you down? What in the world? The coaster sounded like it was farting every time.
That was very bizarre. Again, a lot of speed, a lot of nothing like Mark said. I don't have anything else to say. It was just weird. It's just one of those bizarre, weird Japanese rides.
We're heading to what is my most anticipated coaster in the park now. This is Milky Way. It's a Togo standing roller coaster. However, not fully, because it's a dueling coaster as well. And one of the sides is a sit-down train. So maybe we'll ride it twice and get the two different experiences. That is 2 coaster credits for those counting. But first we have to see if they're both open. Everything so far in the park seems open, but I still wouldn't count them out for maybe running one side only on a day this quiet. There's no one in this park. I don't know if that's because originally the weather forecast was pretty nasty or what the deal is, but there's no one. Look at the pathways. Gao certainly looks pretty cool though. I will say that much as we're going under it. So this was a relocation. It originally opened in 1990 and then it only lasted a year at its previous location. So it opened at this park in 91. You have the pink track and the blue track. I'm not sure which one is the stand-up train and which one is the sit-down train, but we'll try to ride both and see. I've heard this is pretty cool, and judging by all the other Togo coasters we've done on this trip, big or small, I've really enjoyed them. Togos in America have a bad reputation of being rough rides. Here in Japan, they're usually smooth and comfortable. I do like them a lot. Guys, they sync them up. That's awesome. From the cycle we just watched, the stand-up train was actually behind for most of the ride, so I don't think you'll be able to see him much, but here we go. Whoa! Whoa! Woo! Very smooth. Oh, there it is. That's really cool. Whoa! Some good airtime. Wow! And an intense helix. Woo! Oh, great go. Whoa! Whoa! The sit-down side was cool. I wasn't expecting that much interaction with the other train. The dueling element really elevated that experience, actually. The layout itself was very short, but almost everything it packed in was good fun. I definitely think that'll end up being our favorite attraction in the park by the end of the day. It's still nothing elite. It's not an amazing ride, but it was pretty fun.
Way smoother than I expected. The airtime was very reminiscent of the stand-up and sit-down that we just did at Brazilian Park. So I thought it was really fun. I agree with Mark. This will probably end up being one of the better ones of the day.
All right, let's go do that stand-up track, the Altair side. This might be the first dueling stand-up I've ever been on, and I love the Togo stand-up, so I'm excited. Whoa! 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 Oh my goodness! What's airtime? Woo! Oh, the helix comes earlier. Oh! Bring out a little bit. Whoa, that's awesome! Woo! Whoa! Whoa! Some airtime. Oh! Oh my goodness! Oh! Standing coasters in Japan are amazing. Oh my gosh, there's the other train. Oh, they're gonna beat us. No! Oh! 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 As much as I enjoyed the sit-down side, my goodness, did that standing side blow it out of the water. That was incredible. Some of the most violent airtime of the trip. Those Togo stand-up coasters are so good in Japan. If you see one, don't be put off by the fact that they could beat you up, because actually they're pretty smooth too.
The old Togo restraints, they actually have a lot of give. So when you get the airtime, not only do you lift, but the restraint lifts with you, which gives you just that extra bit of excitement as far as airtime goes. So I really enjoyed it. I'm a huge fan of Togo now after having been in Japan and doing a lot of their unique attractions.
Next up for us is going to be that big suspended coaster out there called Grampus Jet. That opened in 1995. It's a Vekoma swinging turns, one of the rarest types of roller coaster in the world. There's only 3 of those operating. One of them's in Thailand, so none of us are ever going to get to experience it. One of them is at Bobbejaanland in Belgium. That one I have been on, and I didn't think it was very good, I'll be honest, so I'm a little skeptical about this one. But to be able to check another one off my list is really interesting. It's basically Vekoma's answer to an aerodynamic suspended coaster, which in and of itself is a dying breed. So yeah, looking forward to it. Stumbled upon this on the way too. I won't film an on-ride POV since it's a kiddie coaster, but I still thought it would be worth bringing up because it's one of only 2 roller coasters ever manufactured by Sky Park, and the other one is also in this park. It's called Sphinx Coaster. We'll do that later. Hey, what's up? This is also covered, so you can do this one if it's raining, so good to know for later if we have absolutely nothing to do. Us while we wait for the front row in Japan. This will be interesting, and the trains were done by Aerodynamics, so I suspect it'll feel very reminiscent to one of their rides. We are up here, bro. That's kind of scary, I can't lie. Here comes the swinging. Oh my gosh, it's actually freaky as heck. Oh no. Whoa! Oh, it's so smooth. Whoa! Yeah! That's a good fun ride. Whoa! Kind of intense. Wow. Whoa! This is awesome. Holy, I thought we were going to the other helix. Whoa! This looks like kind of wild here in the end. Hey! Oh my, I'm graying out. That's amazing. Good family ride. Not bad at all. It's a repetitive layout considering it just goes helix after helix after helix. That being said, it's smooth and fun. I really enjoyed it. It felt just like an aerodynamic suspended coaster, not so much like the other Vekoma one I did at Bobbejaanland. That one's pretty rough. This was nice and smooth.
I agree with Mark's comments. It was smooth, interesting, great family coaster, and actually underrated too. When you get up over the field at the top of the lift, it's kind of like Tatsu where you feel higher than you are.
That's a pretty cool effect with the vape coming out of the ground to cool you off. I do appreciate that. I'm sure you see what's up ahead, guys. It's Neo, Vekoma suspended looping coaster from 1997. God help us. I'm so sick of these rides. You find them all over the world. Fortunately, in Japan, they're not too common, but we're also riding another one in a couple days at Rasitsu Resort. I'll say this much. The color scheme is pretty cool. The red and the black, I do love that. That's about where the compliments are going to end, unfortunately. These restraints are abysmal. So much headbanging opportunity. Oh my gosh. This could be the worst coaster in Japan for sure.
No. Oh no, 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 no.
Oh no! I'm graying out, not from forces, but from pain.
Oh my gosh! Woo! Oh! You know what?
No, 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 no!
If my camera wasn't mounted to my wrist, I think I would have lost it.
What a piece of filth. That was awful. I think the Nasu one was a little bit worse, but that is not too far behind at all. An SLC mixed with Japanese maintenance, sheesh, that was bad.
That was abysmal, abysmal. One of the only rides this trip where I should have taken my earrings out. The restraints are so close to your ears, you can like hear yourself like you're in the cockpit of an airplane or something. It's like crazy. Very intense inversions. The only we haven't done any inversions in a while, so that was nice, but still, ouch.
Quite the depressing sight up ahead. We have one of the last Ultra Twisters still standing in the world, one of only 4. And the park literally a week ago announced that it was going to be closing permanently. It operated from 1994 through until COVID-19, which was in 2020. And it was standing but not operating for a couple of years. Some people thought maybe the park would get it back up, but it doesn't look like it's in very good shape. To be fair, the Brazilian park one also didn't seem like it was in good shape, and that one was operational. But there is good news. The park, even though it doesn't seem like they may have a lot of money to spend, they are going to be replacing it with a new roller coaster in 2028, which is a couple years away, but it's going to be a hybrid coaster from either Great Coasters International or the Gravity Group. And there's not many Woodies in Japan, so I think that's really, really cool that they're willing to do that. That being said, now that I've ridden a couple Ultra Twisters and I know how awesome they can be, that is a shame not to be riding it. It would easily be my favorite coaster in this park.
Pretty weird to see this in the condition it's in. Again, to Mark's point, it looks like it's abandoned, but so did the one at Brazilian Park, and that was operating. It makes me very curious from a mechanical engineering perspective if you could still operate this. I wonder how hard it would be to actually get it operational again. I have no idea.
We want to do this absolutely massive Ferris wheel before we clean up the rest of the coaster credits in the park. Weather is still holding up so beautifully. Very grateful for that. But we haven't eaten all day, and there's this restaurant here that looks super good. You can get crepes, you can get meats. Super excited for that. And then we'll take you guys up on this enormous Ferris wheel. That's got to be the biggest we've seen in Japan. I'm sorry. This menu has a little bit of everything on it. I'm gonna grab this pasta, and also there's hamburger meat, which is pretty cool, and an ice cream too. I got all of that stuff. I'm starving. Check this out.
Decent meals on this trip at these parks.
The vlogs are dueling. Woo! Hit him with a taste test, Josiah.
I'm down. Let's go.
That's a thumbnail right there. Oh, she's bringing us more. That's mine. Whoa. Yes, bro. Are you kidding me? That restaurant next to the Ferris wheel, don't miss that if you come here. That is some legit food. I can't believe that a park like this, that a lot of you watching probably have never heard of, have food this good in a theme park. Japanese park food is so freaking awesome. Shout out to the air conditioning in this wheel. It's amazing. Look at these views though. Gao is enormous, and it goes to show how shallow that drop is. You got the sad sight that is that Ultra Twister that's now closed. And out that way too. Hopefully that gives a sense of scale as to how massive this park is. We're blown away by the size of this place.
I was reading on a theme park blogger that this is the largest park in Japan by pure attractions. It might be by acreage as well, I'm not sure. But I do know, at least according to that website, that this has the most attractions of any park in Japan, which is rather interesting.
We're high enough now to where you could actually look out and see the water. I didn't even know we were on the water. You can also see they have quite a bit more land to work with than I expected for that wooden coaster too. So hopefully that's a pretty sizable ride if they have the budget. This might be the first Ferris wheel in Japan where I'm a little too high up for comfort. This is freakishly tall. Oh my goodness. Look at the shadow. Oh my gosh. We found the entrance to our next roller coaster called Black Hole, which I will say is not a very inviting name. I see an alien on top of this building, so it's probably gonna have some sort of extraterrestrial theme. It opened in 2007. It's from Zamperla. It's one of their powered coasters, but it was also built in conjunction with Meisho, who did the track for it, and then the trains are Zamperla. So weird partnership there, but I'm looking forward to it. I'll tell you what, we're definitely going up a lift hill right now. You can see a little bit of light shining through. Here we go. There's some theming.
What in the world?
Very basic stuff. We got a spiral drop. Whoa! Oh my gosh, it's kind of insane. It's actually very insane. Another spiral. Woo! Whoa! The layout's kind of insane, bro. Look at this.
Oh, it goes outside a little bit?
The layout's going outside. We have another lift hill.
This is a long power coaster.
It really is. Usually these are just kiddie coasters or maybe a little bit more. Got some of that natural light shining through so you can see a little bit of what's going on here. As you can see, the track is just going every which way. It's bizarre. Like, what is this drop we have here? It's so bizarre, dude. Not much to say about that. The layout itself was actually fairly rowdy, but with not much to look at, it was just an okay family coaster.
Yeah, Definitely underwhelming. However, one of the longer powered coasters I've done, so that makes it somewhat unique. Same thing as Skull Mountain. Cool facade, not a great ride inside.
Feels like we just walked miles and miles to find our next roller coaster. This park, you have no idea how big this place is. This is called Spin Mouse. It opened in 1998. Last we did one of these was at Japan's Hirakata Park, where in the second half it just didn't spin as it was intended to. This is your ordinary type of ride from Rever Sean, so we'll give it a spin, literally, and let you know how it is. Probably not that great. Doesn't sound great. In the station, they were intentionally bumping trains up against each other. That's insane. Never in a million years would that fly in America, but check out this view. That's stunning. Whoa. This is not going to be a pleasant ride, I'm telling you right now. Also, it said the cars were from Senyo Kagyo, which is a Japanese manufacturer, but I didn't see any sign of that online. Oh, I do not appreciate that. Not at all. Yep, no spinning in the first half.
The one ride where I want trims.
Honestly, yeah. We got some drops. Whoa! Oh! Oh! These suck. Oh, God. Some airtime, but not the kind of airtime I enjoy. All right, now we're going to start spinning. Whoa!
Oh, no.
Oh, crap. Oh!
We're more or less off balance.
Oh! Ah! Spinning the other way. Okay, I see you. Whoa! Gosh. Oh! That is not fun. Whoa!
Can we be done?
No! Oh! Oh! Oh boy, that was not great. The more I ride those spinning mice, the more I realize I am not a fan at all. Very uncomfortable. The spinning sucks. The first half sucks when you're not spinning. It all is trash. Not a fan at all.
Yeah, they should have called that model line sucks, trash, garbage, dumpster fire, piece of junk.
But we only have one more roller coaster to ride here, and that's the Sphinx Coaster, of course, with that Egyptian theming. That'll be really interesting. I think they built up a pyramid on top of the layout. It's pretty much just a wild mouse goes back and forth, which is ironic because we just did a wild mouse. But
And it's completion for that one manufacturer here that built both the rides.
I was about to say, that's what makes this interesting, is it's from that one company.
It's called Sky Park. They built 2 coasters. They're still in business. They opened in 1984.
This thing was tucked way back in the corner of the park, next to the Milky Way coaster we did way earlier. We had no idea this was near it. This part of the park actually looks quite nice though with the fountain. I do like it. But the place is just so huge and there's so much nothing here. It's really made me come to the conclusion that it's probably the weirdest park that we've been to in Japan, but it's also the most Japanese park we've been to in Japan, I think. Wonder if this will be any good. Looks really bizarre. I think this might be one of the weirdest and strangest coasters of the trip. It dumps us off in a tunnel when we get to the top. What? What's the point of this? I guess there's some lights. I don't know, man. Okay. So it's pretty much just a wild mouse, yeah.
This is so weird. It like goes into the grass. We almost just stalled.
Look at all the weeds growing through the track. I love it. It's awesome.
What is this? It's like a tram ride.
Oh, it's literally a monorail as if it was a coaster. Look, it does a whole lot of nothing. Pretty much this whole park. Oh, God. Oh, there's a drop. Finally. Whoa! No way. Whoa. Oh, okay.
Oh!
This is a weird one. Oh, man. Super peculiar. And the brakes. Ah! I got out of the train a little bit before Josiah, and I love how he came down the stairs and just went, "What the f***," and stared at me.
Can't say it was very great, but it was weird. One of the more bizarre coasters of the trip.
But I'll tell you what is impressive is we were able to ride every single operating roller coaster at Greenland. I was not expecting that. Then again, Japan's treated us really well with ride availability, and that's something I very much appreciate as someone who flew halfway across the world to experience these parks.
I agree. So far, we've lucked out a lot with what's going on. I appreciate Japan for operating their stuff. It's been great.
Now, Josiah noticed something rather interesting. There is a castle perched atop a hill in this park, and you could take a ski lift gondola type ride, a lot like the one we did earlier, up to the castle, and there's actually more amusement rides up there. I'm not kidding. This place never ends. Once again, we have a ratchet ski lift that has no restraint. That's crazy. Check out this water park. That's where most of the people are for sure. That being said, other than that, the park is deserted. Going into this trip, a lot of people were telling me, watch out, the Japan parks, there's no atmosphere because there's just no one there. But to be honest, most of the parks in Japan I haven't found to be as quiet as people said online. Until now. Greenland, pretty scarcely visited park, and it's a little sad to be honest. Pretty sweet views, man. Wow. This park skyline is no doubt incredible because of all that roller coaster track. But at last, we're almost to the top. There's that castle up on the hill. You can see for forever and ever from up here. And they have this for free. So we found out this is a man-made tower that has a year-round haunt inside of it. And usually you're not supposed to film, but the guy said just be quiet and you're good. So shh. This has the potential to be really spooky. I hope the views are good from the top. Whoa!
Oh my god! Oh my gosh.
What is going on?
Lights up as you walk with it. Oh!
Oh!
There's a sensor right here. I'm gonna knock something off. Yep. Good, here's. he's. Oh! That's why he wanted us to wait.
That was awesome. This is why I wanted to come up here. Look at the views of the park and the mountains. That is absolutely breathtaking. Castle was cool. Glad we did that too. And for good measure, they have a few flat rides up here as well. I love that they didn't even check our restraints for this flat ride up on the mountain. There's Josiah. Pretty cool views, dude. Look at this. This is awesome. It goes pretty fast too. I can't lie. This is making me a little queasy. Whoa. That flat ride was cool. Now we're heading back down to the bottom of the mountain. There's a few more things I want to check out, including that Togo flat ride I talked about. And then also there's an ice house, and there's not many of those in Japan, so definitely want to check that out. We're taking this weird suspended transportation ride over to the other half of the park because we're going to do that flat ride up next. But Josiah pointed out something for his vlog. The clouds are starting to roll in and they're pretty dark and scary. I think it's about to start raining soon.
Dude, it's ominous.
You can see it there. It looks so cool the way it sways back and forth like that. That's got to be one of the coolest flat rides in all of Japan, actually. You did the one at Hamanako. Do you like it?
I did. However, Hamanako Pow Pals was super sketchy and looked relatively poorly maintained in my opinion. This looks a lot safer. So I might even consider doing this one. I didn't dislike the ride. It was just scary. I just wasn't sure if I trusted it.
Probably the last outdoor ride we're going to even be able to do before it starts raining though.
True enough.
Oh man, here we go. We're slowly rising up and then we're going to start swinging. Unlock, I want to feel it. I want to feel it. Yes. Oh, wow. Here we go. Woo. Whoa. Oh, we go like inward. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, I do not like those sounds though. Oh, we're like upside down too. Damn, son. Oh, I don't like it. It's weird. That is an interesting sensation, I will say. That was interesting. It was cool to be able to say that I've ridden a Togo flat ride, but Josiah tells me the one he did at Hamanako is a lot more intense.
Way more intense, the one at Hamanako Pow Pow.
Just by watching that one at Hamanako, it looked a lot more insane the way it would sway back and forth.
Definitely, definitely. But this was still fun.
A lot of people told us that these ice houses were Japanese staples, but to be honest, we haven't found that many in the parks that we've been going to. Now granted, we haven't really been on the lookout. We've been distracted by other things. And also we kind of did one at Nasu Highland. It was like a miniature ice house, but it wasn't like freezing cold. These are supposed to be genuinely frigid, which is amazing in the summer here because it is stupidly humid. So let's head inside and check it out before we leave Greenland. I see 30 degrees. Oh, it's so cold. More than I expected. This is terrifying.
It's freezing. The guy just told us, don't be long.
Oh, this is actual ice. Wow, this is crazy. I didn't think I'd be shivering after being in that much heat. This is really cool though. It's also a walkthrough experience with all these penguins and things.
Here's the end.
Get me out of here, bro. That was cool, but I'm done.
Freezing. It's the coldest I felt. I'm like dry. I'm not humid now. It's amazing.
It was a surprisingly effective way at cooling you down though. Like I'm outside again and I feel better. That was cool. That being said, I did want to conclude my Greenland vlog. That was
Wait. Before he concludes it, there's one more attraction we're doing. I didn't tell Mark. I saw this thing over here. I think it's a walkthrough. Real quick, I just want to try it.
It's another walkthrough. This one is like themed to the jungle. Whoa, we're like elevated above the pathway. It's things like this that make these Japanese parks so special. Whoa, that's bad.
That thing was gnarly.
All right, now we'll conclude the Greenland vlog. I honestly could not have asked for a more productive time here. The amount of attractions we've done is insane. And this has the most attractions of any park in Japan. Josiah said earlier on in the vlog, and I looked it up and confirmed it's true. The amount of roller coasters here is ridiculous. Now, granted, most of those are not great. I think in order for this park to stand out more, they do need to invest in more signature attractions that will draw in people and coaster enthusiasts from around the globe. And it seems like they're gonna do that with that that wooden hybrid coaster thing. It's a shame we have to wait until 2028, and then hopefully after that we don't need to wait long for the next edition, because I don't think one will just change everything for this park. It doesn't really feel like it's in neglect, but it does feel stagnant in time almost. But overall, yeah, I would say this park exceeded expectations. It was a blast to visit. It's not a park I can rank particularly high on the trip because of their lack of standout rides, but as a park itself and the experience, it was really, really fun.
I agree with Mark. I tend to rank the bizarre stuff a little higher, so this park probably would rank more on top of some others. It's not in neglect, but it's not like it's necessarily a premium park. I wouldn't skip it though. I'd say if you're a coaster enthusiast, it's absolutely worth the journey out here. It is unique. Pretty much it though. Very pretty park, very cool, had a good time, no regrets, good stuff.
We got another amusement park to check out on the island of Kyushu, which is Kijima-Kogen, so stay tuned for that. That'll be a really fun park. Once again, we're trying our best to avoid those typhoons in the area, so hopefully we once again look at with weather tomorrow, because today went so smoothly, I couldn't believe it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you there. Peace out.